Hello, hello, hello. Let me just have a look at that camera there. It's probably a little bit high. Oh, this is not good. There we go. That'll do it. Right, how are we doing? Welcome, guys. Let me just get the chat up. Hopefully that's working okay. Just started the stream. I think I might sneeze. Right. Here we go. That sounds good. You can see the camera. Sounds good. That's better. All right. Hi, Frank. Good to see you. Good to see you, Frank. Hey, guys. Cristiano, good evening. Jeff.
Hi, Frank. Good to see you.
Oh, still got the... Dice look good. My attention is divided at first. Darn meetings. Okay. No worries, Jeff. Henrik, good evening. Stu's, good morning. How you doing? Stefan, good to see you. Jeff, before you have to go to a meeting, thank you for that awesome feedback. In fact, everybody who's given feedback. And I was looking at potentially doing some 2D6 Realm this evening, but I got through like a whole bunch of stuff, and then I came to Jeff's, and it's so comprehensive and so useful that it's going to take me another half day to go through all that and apply it. So I'll be probably testing 2D6 Realm again next week. So I'll probably on Thursday, if I don't do another stream before then. If I'm suddenly like in the moment, I'm like, hang on a sec, this could be something I could do maybe during the day, something, or people can watch back. I don't know. We'll see. Games by Felix. Felix, my friend, how are you doing? David, evening. Missed last one, was on vacation. Well, that's okay. You know, we're all got to have a bit of a holiday sometimes. Well, let me just... That camera's not quite... Hang on. The camera's being annoying. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe my setup. Just bear with me. This is embarrassing. No. Oh my God. I'm not trying to wind people up. Oh, this is so bad. Right. No. Hang on. Okay. No. That's better. Right. Good. How are we doing? Kirill, good evening. Chaos Dominion. Mike, how are you doing? Nick, good to see you, my friend. Struggling with my pro streamer here. Absolutely. Klaus, good to see you. Evening, 2 weeks in a row now. Lucky me. Excellent. Good to have you here, Klaus. Mark, good to see you, my friend. Yes, these are the dice. We're going to have a look at those in a sec. Just get a few people in. I've positioned it nicely. And what I didn't put on the message as I was putting it out there is that there's also the nice little material bag with the logo and the drawstrings. Look at that, very handy, of course. And then fits in nicely, the dice slotting inside there. Fantastic. I'll get those out and have a little roll with those in a minute. Maybe we'll try it in the have a look at those in a bit more detail and roll it in the dice tray here. See how that looks. Getting these out. Oh, you can't really see it against the red. The lighting's so tricky. I was playing around at the time, a minute late or two. I was trying to get the right colour so people could see what these were like, because these are here clearly the primary and primary and secondary die. So you've got your, and I purposely chosen to be square and a bit. Now that mark is a brilliant question. So we ordered 1,000 sets, and I think we've sold something like 300. So there are 700 sets that are available. I just lost all audio. Can anybody there? Everybody hear the audio? Hello? It's good here. I can still hear fine. Okay, it might just be Stefan. Thank you, guys. Hi, John. Good to see you. Jono, good to see you. Everybody can hear. Thank heavens for that. Henrik, good to see you. Anarchy, good to see you. Mike, fantastic. Thank you. Phew. You threw me into a panic then for a moment. Stefan's rebooting. Okay, good. Well, so I wanted two quite separate colours, and I wanted the poker style dice. I just think that they're easy to read. The pips are larger. I like the depressions in them. Alan, good to see you. And Ebit, I'm sorry for being behind on giving playtesting feedback. Well, we've got another week, so if you're able to, that would be absolutely fantastic. Playing the game does take time, so I know I'm asking a lot of people, but if it is possible to get some feedback, I've had some good valid feedback, but we still need more. So if you can, so these are my favourite type of dice. It's a bit of a personal thing, actually. I do like these square poker dice. I just feel like they land more concisely. They stop rolling more quickly. I don't know. I love the way they feel. So we've got a baby blue there. The blue is the hardest one to show. It's slightly darker than what you see on the screen there, but it is a nice. This I have to say, the colour on this is my favourite. You've got a strongly opposing yellow here. So you've got, I'm going to use the baby blue as the primary and the yellow as the secondary. So that's how I'm going to do it. And then we've got the axis dice. So we've got, yeah, a bit closer actually. So we've got, is that focused? That looks pretty good. We've got obviously 1, 2, all the way up, and they are done in a kind of it's Leander. The font is Leander, and nice and big. Nice and big. As I say, bright colours for these, Felix, so that they're kind of noticeable for the primary and secondary. Now, these two axis dice are meant to be stone, okay, as in the stone walls of the dungeon. So you've got grey and you've got a black, and they are sort of like a satiny stone effect on the dice. It's probably not as clear as it is in reality here, but there's a slight texture, well, not a physical texture, they're still smooth dice, but you've got a marbling effect, if you like. I'm back. Rebooting helped. Now I have audio again. Fantastic, Stefan. That is good news. And so they're meant to be like the wall. So you've got your X and you've got your Y. So you know that's your horizontal and that's your vertical there. So you've got your X and Y, and you've got the nice white against the black with there, and the black against the light grey there. So they're opposing. They stand out, and that was my thinking behind that. You can put a paper towel on the light to soften it. I forgot how you can call those in UX, but I could help with light reflection on next stream. Ah, Frank, I mean, I'm not very good. You mean a paper towel on your light to soften it? Yeah, I'm rebounding the light off the wall to soften it. It's a tough one. It's night time here, so I'm having to control the light. I thought you meant UK. So you got the X and the Y there, and then this is a door dice. So you've got 0, you've got 1, you've got another 1, you've got 2, and a 2 and a 3. Okay. So if, say, we were to roll for the room, and rolling for the room now is slightly different in a sense, because before I always just roll 2 die and then I roll separately for the doors, because for me, when I looked at 3 numbers on the thing, I had to think. It was never natural for me. I don't know why, but I'd look at it and I'd be slightly confused over which were which. But now you roll it. Where is it? There. And we have a 6x4 room with 1 door. And it's that simple. You get the X and the Y and the 1. Let's do it again. A 2x4 room with 1 door. And the colours are very different. We've got a 1x3 corridor, which is a dead end. No doors. And it's this. And we got to this situation through, at the time, we asked numerous people what they would want, and we had some great suggestions. It basically came down to these 5 dice, and there you go, a room 5x2 with 3 doors. I mean, this is the simplicity of it. They're all very different colours. They're all they just do the job, and of course they're in their nice little pouch. Now on all the updates, and this sounds like a sell, but it's not, because we just get lots of hey Brian, how you doing? We get lots of inquiries. We already had quite a few inquiries, but these you can add to your pledge. Okay, so there's a link in the updates that I put on Kickstarter, and all you need to do is go in and there's a little option where it says, are you updating your pledge? And you can add the dice to it if you want to. And then Joe will send you an invoice and it will be added. Prestige. Thank you, my friend. So if you want to do that once, and then whether they're available at UK Games Expo, that is a great question. Now, what I think, it's a really difficult one, because I don't want to give these dice out to people who haven't pledged. So if you see what I'm saying, I would have loved to have had all the pledges out by UK Expo, but the way the game has developed and it's sort of grown and become huge, I've needed more time to develop it. I mean, we're past the development stage in a sense, because we are now in testing. So we're getting there, but these aren't going to be ready for printing for UK Expo, which is in 2 weeks. So nowhere near. So I need to have a think. If people ask me at the expo, if they come up to me and they say, look, I have my pledge, I would like to pick up my dice now, yeah, then I think, what do people think? I mean, do people feel like it would be fair on those that haven't received the dice yet, that people could pick them up at the UK Games Expo? I don't quite know what to think about it, because the people that pledged are the people that made this a reality, and I have to kind of respect that situation, because people in America aren't going to get their dice. It's a difficult one. With dice like that, I don't want to play digital anymore. Fantastic, Frank. Good comment. Jeff says, I don't ever like digital rolling. Doesn't feel the same. Agreeing with Frank there. Brian says, there's a digital 2d6 dungeon option. Oh, you mean as a digital game? No, there isn't. Not at the moment. But you can own the PDF if that's what you mean. There isn't like a dice thing like this available. Happy to wait for my whole pledge. Keel says, I think that's fine. John O says, if it would save postage, not sure how you prove who pledged. I'm a Brummie, so maybe biased as to wanting to pick them up. Well, you'll be very close at hand then Prestige. If people come up to the stand and they introduce, you got to say who you are on the handle as well, okay? Just in case it's not your name. Brian says, sorry, I was referring to Frank's. I don't want to play. Oh, right, okay. Okay, cool, no problems, Brian. Mark, I'm not sure I'll be there yet, but I asked because I would like to pick a setup if I turn up, as they're not on my pledge yet. Would be willing to pay on the spot. Well, that's the thing. We wouldn't be selling them. Definitely wouldn't be selling them. It might be a pickup option. So what we would do is Joe or I would make a note of who you are. This is potentially how it might happen, okay? And then we then make a note on your pledge that your dice have already been picked up. But it has to be on a pledge, so you'd have to do a late pledge and update your current pledge, because we couldn't sell them at the time, because I just feel that that's unfair for people who have pledged and are now waiting for them, no matter how nice they may be, and say it's okay. I personally have a problem with that, I think. Felix says, yeah, would be totally fine with it. Meeting in person at an expo is so cool, so why not see the dice there if you've got them already anyway, to make people even more happy? That's true, I guess. That was a quick decision. Updated my pledge. Chris, thank you. That's much appreciated. The pledge, the forms on the Facebook post, the Kickstarter update, and the email that I sent out to late backers. So everybody should have access to that, to the form. And if you don't, just go to the 2D6 Realm website and you can update your pledge. 2D6 Realm page on Kickstarter, and you can update that there's the pledge manager there. Some of us have purchased several copies of books and we're waiting to see how the dice turned out. Since the dice are so nice, there are likely going to be many add-ons to pledges. We just don't know. We didn't know. I am super happy with the dice. They're better than I'd imagined. So I hope that people see it that way as well, and that they are keen, to update, because I think that would seem to be a fair way of doing it. If it's part of your pledge, maybe it can be collected at the time. And I mean, that could open a can of worms, in the sense people may want their physical copies, their other books as well. So, yeah. Never mind, found it, Frank says. Did I not get back to you, Frank? Sorry. I missed a message there. Need to remember the secret phrase, and dice may just make me roll 0 doors, meaning I'm trapped. Oh yeah, the secret phrase will be the secret password where you get your free gift. Don't get your hopes up. It's just going to be a little thing, okay? It's not like a massive thing. It will be, we will give the password out, and you'll be able to claim one of these little little gifts nearer the time. Otherwise, it's going to be circulated. It sounds like you're going to end up making a lot more work for yourself. Haha. Yeah, Ebbet, you could be right. We'll see. But I know people want to get their hands on them. How can we validate we have the dice in our pledge? I'm pretty sure I added them, but I don't see it on the website. Frank, just drop me an email, or drop Joe an email, joe@drgames.co.uk, and we can have a look at that and sort that out. Oh, Frank, sorry, you found it. Yeah. Yeah, up to Prestige. Thank you, Prestige. Never mind. Sorry, Frank. Yeah, all good. I found the dice. Ebbet says, "Definitely not a biased American here." Yeah. No, it's just so nice. We were so nervous about getting these dice because we never ordered dice before, and then when they turned up, like 3 big boxes. We'd been following it through customs and stuff like that, and then bang, here they are. So yeah, good stuff. So they're the dice and the little bag you get with it. And what I thought I'd do today is have a little play. And okay, I added them. Oh, Mark, thank you. I'll try and put the link in the video as well by the time I finish. The dice appear as 2d6 Dungeon dice set, £15 in your pledge summer. Yeah, that's because you get the little bag as well. So we weren't, yeah. So that's the thing, right? We're thinking what we could do is I've finished the long Barrow. Now I haven't quite printed it out as I normally do, made it into a book, but I do have the tables here, and I'm kind of inclined to do a little bit of exploration with our chap, and let's see how these look on here. Bit duller. It's so funny how the colour works. So you put a colour like that, and it's suddenly much brighter. How weird is that? So you'd have white come in, and then it adjusts the colour, the white balance. Looking forward to chatting at Expo. Going to explore Rad Zone 2. Kirill, fantastic. Looks like there's a few people we're going to be seeing. So it's, don't forget, we're there the whole time. Obviously we have the stand, so it's 3 days. It's going to be fantastic. Right, so what I thought I'd do is bring this up a little bit here. Here we go. Is explore along Barrow. Go over some of that. I printed out just on an A4 sheet so we can go over some of this, and maybe if I put that on there, there we go, that'd be better. Hello, look now. Oh, they've got a light above them, which probably isn't that great. Oh yeah, I need to watch last week's VOD that I missed. I'm excited to catch up on the new timeline for everything. Yes, thank you for that little segue there. Last week I did a timeline, or what do we call it? A road map for DR Games for the rest of this year. So I'll talk about time schedules, what I'm expecting to do. Briefly talk about the new skirmish game that we're doing, and which comes in between once 2D6 Realm is finished and sent out. We then are going to do the skirmish game, and then we've got 2D6 Legendary Dungeon in the winter. So that's going to be exciting. We're looking forward to that. And I don't know why Let me just check that light there. No, that's no good. Oh. Okay. Anyhow. Matt, good to see you. Klaus, with a skirmish game, no less. Exactly. Mel Bell, missed the first several minutes. Can we see the dice one more time? Yes, we can see the dice. No problem. Let me do that again. Maybe I went a bit quick into it. Let me turn that light off here. Right, so go down a little bit. We've got 5 die. And a little pouch that goes with it. We've got the primary and secondary die there. I think I'll be using the blue as the primary. We've got the axis dice. So we've got an X-axis and a Y-axis. And then we've got the door die. So the door die has 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, which is the frequency at which you will generate doors. And you obviously got, and they're all kind of got a satin type look to them. It's kind of like almost it's kind of like a rock wood soft texture. Yeah, this one exactly, Mel Bell. The door die is gonna save my brain. I now feel confident that I can roll these together, and we'll get like a 1 by 2 corridor with a 1 door there, or a 1 by 5 corridor with 2 doors, or a 2 by 6 room with 3 doors. We can roll it at the same time, and I won't be confused over which one is which. So we've got a 4 by 3 with 1 door, and then you've got your primary and your secondary there. Very pleased with that. That door die. The door die sounds like some kind of strange species of alien. The door die. Okay. So there we go. And then you get a nice little material bag with with drawstrings. You can just plop those into there. Very nice. Are these Axie? Are these dice add-ons or something? Yes. So they were add-ons to your pledge. Okay, so if you want one of these, if you want a set of these, you get a bag with it. You just go to your pledge. There's a link on the latest Kickstarter update, maybe the email you got if you're a late backer, or the Facebook page. The link is there. You just need to go to the form on the Kickstarter page and click on that and update it, and you can add the dice into that. And it really, the form is well laid out. Joe's sorted that form out. So yeah. So what I think we'll do is no problem. So those dice are there. I'm going to take this green off. I think I might be sucking the light out. Take the green off and see what effect that has. Get a bit more colour. Here we go. That's better. That green was sucking the life out of it. And we've got a bit more orange over there from the mouse mat that I've got underneath here. And we're going to do the long barrow. So this is another mini lair, which is part of 2d6 Realm. I've done this one, and I did the tower. I've got one more to do, I think, and they're going to be in the main 2d6 Realm book. They'll be at the back in the table section, and there'll be some special rules for each one. Each one's got a different size and stuff like that. How long will it take to be charged for the upgrades? So Joe will send you an invoice, and then we'll just add it to your pledge. So it's no problem. She's probably doing it at the moment, actually. If she's on the computer, you may get an email. Let me just see if she's in there. Hang on. Are you getting emails? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She's getting emails, so you may well get a response this evening or tomorrow. But yeah, they'll be added on there. Okay, so fantastic. We're going to see how those work tonight. They'll come into action. Right. So the long barrow can be discovered in several locations in the land type encounter table. So each square, as we've gone over before, has a you roll on the land type table. So it might be grassland. You roll on that, and you get an encounter, and then they might all connect and stuff like that. These ancient burial or sacrificial chambers of significance from an ancient time. These mystical locations are feared by locals, and there's good reason for that, because there are creatures within these burial chambers, but long barrows. But there's also treasure to be had. Creatures and quests can be found within a long barrow. There are specific rules which bring changes to how you ordinarily plan out a dungeon map. So there are a few changes. I'll put my teeth in. Right. So first of all, we have a map. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, which is really irritating. Which is 4 by 16. Now, I'm going to draw that out here. Where are we on the map here? Let's go down here. So I'm going to try and make it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we go. So it's going to be narrow. Okay. Put a bit of paper underneath there just because it was pressing through onto the mouse mat. Okay, and then we've got 4 across. So we aren't going to have wide rooms in this particular location. Just go over some of the eccentricities that you get with the long barrow. All right. Okay, that is the size. Hopefully you can see that on there. That looks pretty good. Just bear with me one sec. All right. Can't figure out why it's called a long barrow. Malpat says, yeah. So it may be that I decide that this is too narrow, but for the moment we're going to keep it that way. This is just like a long chamber within the British landscape. You have long barrows. They're basically ancient mounds that's kind of dug down slightly maybe, and you kind of go in, and they're sort of burial chambers, but within Corradine they sort of have a few other functions as well, and they can also be robbed out or raided, or can be used as a place where people potentially hide. So but these long barrows are associated with an ancient peoples, an ancient society that used to live in this part of the heartland within Corradine, which is where your character is living. Okay, and so there are certain things that you can find in a long barrow that you only find in a long barrow, and they are some of them are precious. There's a particular type of stone that is associated with this ancient race, and there's also a particular type of creature which you will find in the long barrow, and they are called the ancient Umbra. You can see here the picture's a little bit difficult to see actually because it's printed out on draft, but to save ink. The ink thing. Ink is so expensive in printers, isn't it? It's ridiculous. So we've got the ancient Umbra there. So hopefully we'll encounter one of those today. It might not be great for my adventure. We're using the same guy, Cornelius, from last time. He's level 2. So the lowest level Umbra is a level 3. So we've got 3 different types. We've got level 3, 6 and 9. So, right. So also, just put the dice in shot so people can see those. Also, so you enter the long barrow. The aim is to clear the chamber, and those of you who have watched the other mini lairs streams will know that they're just little adventures, and we've had some quite characterful, interesting little stories from previous ones. Sorry, I've just suddenly got a little bit congested. It's really annoying. Hang on a minute. Right, so light restrictions. There are some light restrictions within a long barrow. It means you can't use a shield because you're holding a torch. And there may be some encounters whereby you the torch comes into play. Okay. This is really annoying. Just bear with me a sec. Okay. Right. There are no patrols in the long barrow. You can retreat, but if you retreat, you become intimidated. We covered the intimidation rules before. There are rules. You can escape basically, but the creature gets to attack you as you escape, and then if you return, it does more damage because you feel intimidated by it. Alan just filled out the form and added the dice and cards to my pledge. Alan, thank you. That's very good of you. That's much appreciated. Doors and exits. Right. Okay, so this is where the doors and exits are slightly different. Okay, so in the long barrow, okay, all doors in long barrow are stone slabs. See page 17 of the core rules. And it's just worth going over that again now. You don't see many stone slabs. So it says here, from level 3 onwards, you might encounter stone slabs designed to block doorways rather than serve as doors. Stone slabs have no locks, so they cannot be opened with lockpicks. In fact, they don't open like doors at all, but may be precariously balanced. Roll a d6. Add your discipline. On a 6 or more, you are able to tip the slab over and clear the way forward. These stone slabs can also be destroyed with 1 hit from a powerful magical scroll that causes 20 damage or more. These include Fireball, Lightning Strike and Sunder. The potion of phasing also works against stone slabs, but the gloves of knocking do not. You cannot wait for patrols to open stone slabs. So, coming into a long barrow, you need to be prepared. So our guy is going to have a potion of phasing. He knows the potential of treasure in these long barrows, so he's picked up a potion of phasing, which he's going to use. Now, it says here, there are only exits in the north wall of each room, whether the room is small or standard. Each exit squares in the long barrow are the same as in dungeons. Walls in the long barrow are straight and constructed of stone, although the height of the chamber may vary. Okay. What about sledgehammer? That's a good question. Well, it's a good question that is tongue-in-cheek, but could that be a case? Could you make a sledgehammer and come back in? That is a good question. That's something I have to think about. I like to try and bring a certain reality into the game. Now, something that I haven't had here, exits. I'm going to put exits from small rooms. Are arches. Okay. I meant to put that in, but obviously forgot to write that in there. So if you go into a small room from a large room, it could be through a stone slab, but the small room, the northern exit is not a slab, okay? Because it just wouldn't make sense to have slabs in small rooms. You need them in bigger rooms, okay? So that is something. This is the first time that I've played a long barrow, so we're just gonna have to see. Sometimes that's just the way is when you're developing a game like this. Sometimes you will just make changes. So we've got one potion of phasing and no arches from small rooms. The entrance hall to a barrow is 4x3, called the Long Barrow Antechamber, with one exit in the north wall. Roll for this room as if it's a normal room, unlike most lairs. All right, so we're going to go in. The first room is an encounter, because this is a small structure, right? And you're going to want basically to have a hope the mystic from the grove hasn't moved in here. No, definitely not. So in fact, you don't need to roll for exits, which is kind of annoying because we wanted to use the new dice, but we're not going to use the new dice now. How depressing is that? I hadn't even thought about that. If we were generating normal dungeon rooms, we would. But because it's only got one exit. This is there are no corridors. So if you get a 1, you plus 1 to it. Okay, so in this situation, if I rolled a 1x5, went straight up like that, it wouldn't be. You'd do a 2x5 and have a room that you would then encounter. Now, the first exit. Let's do the first entrance room exit in the north wall. Let's do a 1 archway exit in the north wall. So we do this as an archway. So we go into the next room, and then it's stone slabs after that. Apart from exits from small rooms. Okay, so anything else that we need to know about the long barrow? The final room. Okay. There are no large rooms in long barrows, which makes sense because it's only four wide and a long encounter. And then when you reach the final room, which will be pushed up against this, it'll be the space that fits in against the northern boundary of the long barrow area, so it'll be at the top here. There is an exit in the north through which you leave the long barrow. Generate the room as normal. All creatures encountered here have a mystical aura. The creature glows blue and has +2 damage to each maneuver. They have been imbued with the essence of an ancient mystical force. Okay, so there's no kind of like, there's no special monsters at the end, but there is, as I was saying, we have the ancient Umbra creatures that exist. They are these ancient peoples risen. There's a bit about them in the lore of the land that we will discover more about when the book comes out. Okay, so we have our guy, Governor Cornelius Sherhad, and he's got a great axe, +2, +1/+1. We've got hack, incisive heft, jerkin, bishop's mantle. He didn't spend any of his treasure or gold before, but he has got a potion of phasing, which we know what that is about. And this is, we're using this character sort of to push him into the game. And I will carry on with Cornelius next week. I might upgrade him just a little bit, so he's got a bit more experience to take him over land, which can be quite dangerous sometimes. All right, so let's see what we got. Will there be a deeper lore book of resources down the line? Definitely. Yep, absolutely. I mean, I'm working on that all the time in a sense, because I'm as I develop the game, write the creatures. They have like little histories in my mind, and they all slot together, and I pull them out of different areas, and then I need some kind of foundation. So yeah, there's a lot of it there bubbling away, and I've written a lot of it down. I've got a separate lore document where I put a lot of that stuff, and yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to put into 2d6 Realm, because looking at it, really should try and limit the word count, because it could just become this massive beast. And I think that maybe a lore book would sort of be justified further down the line. So maybe that'll be something in Legendary Dungeon. There'll be a separate lore book potentially. So we'll have to have a think about that. Right. Okay. Right. So let's roll to see what this first room is. 43 blue first. So Long Barrow rooms 43, ancient body. Right, let's write it in here. That's this first room. So what does it say? This space has been disrupted, and the tomb that once stood in the centre of the stone room has been destroyed. Stone and mud are scattered around, and in it lays a body. It is intact, and you can search it. Roll on an ancient body table 1. As you do, there is a noise and a scurrying. From the dirt bursts a burrow slouse. You must defend yourself. If you are level 5 or above, another appears and has +2 damage to its manoeuvres. As it happens, I am level 2. I'm going to search the body first. Let's search the body. It's got a separate table. Let's do a body here, lying in the. There's the body, lying, leg up. There, like so, and there's mud, and there's dirt all around the place here. And suddenly, from out of the dirt, shoots a creature. And it's a burrow sluice. Let's just search the body first. Ancient body. Maybe we should do this after, actually. Just because we've been interrupted by... Ancient body reminds me of my ex-wife. This Barrow is terrifying. Right. Let's get the Barrow sluice out. The burrow sluice, slouse. The burrow slouse. Here we go. This critter, he's a level 2. So, my guy is a level 2. And he's got a potion of healing and a potion of consistency, which could be actually very handy for opening doors. So afterwards we will use that potion, so that it's 1 per level. So if you remember, opening up the page 17. Add your discipline. So that gives you +1 discipline. So we're definitely going to do that in it. Right, so the Barrow Sluice. Let's just get some cards in here. Cards in play, please. Where are you? Yep. So we need the fatigue die. That fits in there nicely. Put a 1 on there. And got to go now, unfortunately. Thanks for the stream. Good luck with the rest of the game. Thank you, Felix. Conorg, hey, just out of the Nickelback. Just out of Nickelback. Glad I got to jump on. Good to have you here. Thank you for coming. So, we've got the Barrow Sluice. Right, I need 3 2s. Has a quick scratch, D6 -2, a 4/1 barrel barge. I block on primary 4s and secondary primary 5s and secondary 4s. So I block the barrel barge, -1 damage. It also has interrupt of primary 1s, which is neither of mine. So it can and 3s. So it can block my hack and do a -1 damage. Let's do this. First attack. 1/6, which is no good for me. We're looking for a 2/3 or a 4/1. 3/6. It's got shift 1, so that's no good for it. So round 2. We've got 5/1. I have 2 shift. I need 3, 2, or a 6/4. I can't do it. Barrow Sluice rolls a 3/4. It is 1 short. It's got a 2/3 and a 4/1. So we're circling around each other as we do this. Right, I roll 3/3, which means I can do my hack. I can shift that down to 2, which gives me a 3/2 for the hack, D6 damage. Let me just write on here actually. Barrow Sluice. Slouse. He's got 12. Now he does block primary 3s, -1 damage. So it's D6 -1. Okay. So, so question. In realms, will you be able to have a garden or farmland you could get a yield out of? Yes, you certainly are. So we have farms, and they cover lots of different things. So you build a farm. There are also characters you can meet that will set up gardens for you. Within your own homestead, the garden that you have there, really, you just don't have time to sort of maintain a garden because you're out adventuring. You're not really a gardener as such, but you can definitely have a farm and bring in food and that you sell, produce that you sell. Right, damage. Let's do it. 5, so that's 4 damage. Down to 8. Right. Now, will the Barrow Sluice rolls a 1/2, which isn't quite enough. Right, so we go on to round 4, and then we get 1 adjustment. So we now have +1 to our shift. I'm going to roll for my attack. 6/5. Now I have incisive heft, which is 6/4. I can take that down to 4. Now he doesn't block any of my attack here, so it's D6 +3 damage, which is 5, which is 8, which is death for the Barrow Sluice. What a great job. Nice one, Cornelius. So that's 35 XP, which takes him up to 400 and 41. Getting very close to level 3 now. Fantastic. So that went much better than I thought it was going to do, which is good. It's nice when that happens. And so we have killed the Barrow sluice. And sorry, I keep saying sluice, it's Barrow Slouse. Blue first, yes. Definitely. Did I not do blue first? Did I do blue first? I think I did. In any case, so we have a Barrow sluice in here. Now we're searching the body. Let's do the ancient body. Now the creature has gone, and I'm able to now search the body, which I'm going to do here. We get a 9, which is not bad. The person is dressed in leather clothing, but has no weapon. Instead, in its left hand is clutched a potion. You prise apart the fingers, roll on PT3. Fantastic. Which should be TCX, which is an old one. I'll just put a little note on there. TCX is the old Tables Codex. The original, because you obviously need... Oh, did I? It's meant to be blue first. Okay, that's because I'm a little... That's pretty bad, isn't it, really? Let's face it. PT3. Matthew, good to see you. Got back from game night playing Shadow Dark. Oh, very cool. You enjoying that? Right, potion table 3. Right. 3, potion table 3, potion of gain health. Fantastic. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Right, so potion of health, gain health, is gain 15 health points, can exceed baseline, instant. Potion of gain health. Right. So that takes me above my baseline, plus 15. Not a bad little find. So this could mean we can up our character just a little bit here. We've got so we've got a couple of potions. We've got potion of healing, which we will save for the moment. We've got potion of constancy, which we're going to use now. So that's going to be, I'm going to drink that potion down. Gives me +1 position, +1 discipline. For going to the long barrows, that's a really useful thing. So we just put +1 there on the little thing, so we know we've got 2. And potion of phasing, which will be handy for the slab, and potion of gain health, which I'm going to use. Oh, health was back up to 20 because we've been away. So health is going to be 35, which is pretty powerful. This could be good for Cornelius. 35. Good stuff. And he's got some more XP. We're getting there. Right. So we have got the dead body, which we searched. We killed the Barrow Slouse. And we have... one door in the north, which we're going to roll for. One exit in the north. Right, we've got our new dice here. Let's do this. This is going to be the dimensions of here. So we have got 1x, 1x5. Now, in a normal dungeon, this would be a corridor, a long corridor that goes north. But in this situation, we're adding a 2, adding 1 to the 1 because there's no corridors in Barrows. So it's going to be a 2x5 room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's going to be 1 exit. I'm going to put this side. There we go. And we're going to write the thing. So, is there any chance you will be making it to the Tabletop Scotland in September? Wow. Tell me about that. I do have Norcon which is another conference in Norwich in September. So that's Tabletop Scotland. Now I have heard of that. Hey Matthew C, how you doing? Is that a big thing? I mean, no, I have no doubt it is actually, but yeah, where's that? Edinburgh, Aberdeen. I do like Aberdeen. Okay, so we'll wait for that response and we'll roll. It's a big board gaming RPG event. A lot of events on. I'm planning on bringing some of my books and trying to get a few new players in. Connor, fantastic. I will look it up and have a look and see what the situation is. Table Scotland, Highland Hall, Royal Highland Centre. Wow, 6th to the 8th of September. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Sounds like school term would have started then. My wife works at a school. Gonna have to look into that one. God, any excuse to stay in Scotland for a few days, that'd be nice. I'll have a look at it. Right, 1 to 5. So it's 2 by 5. It's going to be a normal room where we have a slab at the end here, like so. Okay, I've just done a slab. It's kind of. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got a special. Let's get the special bookmark. I'm a numpty. I was just drawing it in like a map maker there. So, stone slabs are with a solid bar through the middle there like that. That is what you call a stone slab. Let's put that over there. Okay, so this room, let's roll them along Barrows again. What have we got? 63. Beetle Nest. Ooh, okay. All right. Paul, Table Scotland is at the Royal Highlands Showground, right next to Edinburgh Airport. Oh, so it's not in the Highlands, it's actually in Edinburgh. Okay, fantastic. Oh, would I be cool if I print out a few of your free PDFs of 2D6 and run a small thing where I get a few people play? Connor, that would, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Go right ahead, that would be fantastic. Hey, I might even be there. We could do like a session together, maybe. So I'm just drawing in a few hash lines here. Give it a bit of definition on screen. Okay. All right, so Beetle Nest. There is a hole here in the muddy surface. The sides taper downwards and are covered with scrapes and scratches. Some of the marks look fresh. This is the one where I haven't actually got... this is annoying. So the only creature I haven't finished there is the ag beetle, which is what this is. Okay. Now, what did I have the ag beetle as? Let's just put something else in there for the moment. So, in fact, let's roll a different room. It's just sod's law. The only thing that's not ready is the ag beetle. I haven't actually made that creature yet. Let's do a different room. Just suspend your disbelief, okay? and we'll do another room. Here we go. 25. 25 is the Antler Wall. Okay, let's do this one. The Antler Wall. Okay. The east and west walls of the Antler Wall. Okay, this makes sense. This space. We're kind of testing. I was kind of hoping that would be the one thing we didn't roll, but we did. That would be awesome. No problem, Connor. So in this hall we have got the east and west walls of this room are covered in Barrow stag antlers. They are generally old and rotting, but one set high up is encrusted with a large green gem. You climb up and grab it. To climb up and grab it, roll a d6 and add your shift. On a 5 or lower, you slip, and a splintered antler sticks in your side. Lose 3 HP per level, and you fall to the ground. You can try again on a 6 or above. You grab it and fling it down. You are able to prize the mid-quality emerald free. Okay, so this doesn't get any easier. This is I think Jeff may have suggested I should make this a bit easier, but I just thought I can't fit the text in, and it's a risky thing. You do it, you can keep doing it and try and get this emerald. We do want the emerald because it's a mid-quality emerald, and a mid-quality emerald is worth where is it here? Not on that one. On here is worth 32 gold pieces, gold coins. That is a lot. That could be very handy. Okay, let's put some antlers in here. Let's have some antlers. Improvised antlers. Oh dear, that one wasn't very good. Okay, this is going to be the one with the oh yeah, this is definitely the one that's got the big encrusted. There we go. And some more there. Don't know what creatures. This is, oh, it's the Bagara deer. Okay, right. So we want to try and get this gem down. So to do it, as we discussed, I've got to roll a d6 and add your shift, which is 2. Okay, on a 5 or lower you slip. So I need a 6. So I need to roll. I'm going to give it a go. Maybe I'll give it a couple of times. So I need to roll. I've got 35 health points, don't forget, because I had the gain health potion. I need to roll a 4 or higher because I've got 2 shifts. So we do 4 or higher. We reach up and get the gem. We don't hurt ourselves. You ready? Here we go. So I tumbled down. I get stabbed by the damn it. So that's like -3. No, that's -6. Ooh, -6. Okay, that's quite bad. 29. Oh, is it worth it? One more time. I could pay. This is the greedy person inside. Have I got anything to help? Maybe with the climb. Let's have a look. I did use the potion to gain health. Let's just cross that off. You could generally improvise a bit of this as a the inventive usage. Have I got anything in my kit here? Where's my small items? It doesn't seem to be with it. Okay. No is the answer. I'll have to try and find my. I've got the. I haven't got my character sheet there, which is not good, and I can't rummage around. We'll just say no. One more try. I need a 4 or higher. 4 or higher. 3. Oh, god damn it. Okay, that's another 7. Was it 7? No, 6. How many did I take off? Yeah, 6. 23. Oh. Okay, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave it. We can backtrack maybe if I've got any left. So the gem is still there. I'm going to put the gem in there. It's still up there. It's cost me a lot of points, that. Ooh, okay. Next room. Oh no, we've got to do the stone slab. So, remember, we've got +2. So to open it, we need to roll a 6 on the rule book. So if we want to open the slab, on a 6 or more, you are able to tip the slab over. Roll d6 and add your discipline. So, again, I've got to roll high for this. I've got 2 discipline. And if I phase through the door, I can't come back to try and get the gem. You see, this is the thing here. So, the discipline. And in fact, if I phase through and then I can't get through the next one, then I'm stuck forever in the in here. Oh my god. Forever lost in the tomb. Hope those antlers don't cause an infection. That would be awesome. It would be awesome, wouldn't it? Okay. Alright, so is it too risky? It's too risky. Oh, I've got no big scroll or anything like that. Oh, shall I do it? Shall I do it? That is the question. Do we lose our character? Or the constable comes in to try and find you? That would be fantastic. That is exactly what we're going to do. The constable comes and saves you. Right, we're phasing through into the next space. So we're using potion of phasing, and we're going through into the next space. I like your out there, Jeff. Thank you. We're going to go through into the next space and have a look. Let's roll for the size. It's 2 by 2. It's a small room. Ah, we're okay. Right, so it's 2 by 2. Here. A small room with an exit up here. Okay. And a small room. Let's have a roll on here. Long barrow small rooms. It's 2d6. 6. Crystal form. As you enter this smaller space, you spot something glinting. The light from your torch has picked out a crystal in the stone wall. You can prize it free. It's worth 2d6 gold. So crystal form. Crystal form. You know, my thinking when I was writing that was very much, you know, the types of rock that might get smashed open while they're building these structures may have crystals in them back in the day, or they may have put it in there for ceremonial reasons. Right, let's see how much this is worth. Okay, need to bounce, but hope to catch you, Connor. Thank you. Right, so the crystal's worth 7 gold coins. Let's put that in here. $7 gold coins. Nice. Well, there's some treasure, at least. All right. I'm going to do kind of like a rocky surface here. and then a kind of crystal form here, sticking in there. There we go, crystal form. Okay, right. Because it's a small room, there are no slab exits up here. We just got to roll for this room up here and see what we get. This looks like the final. This will be the final room in the Barrow, and we have a 4x3, which is perfect, and we'll fit that in there. That will go in there, and then we have the exit will be out here, say, no problem, even if it just goes slightly beyond. Okay, so normal room. Let's have a look here. Here we go. 34 void space. It's an ag beetle again. Let's do another one. Let's go up one here. This is a charcoal mound. Okay, let's write that in there. Charcoal mound. Okay, there's been some sort of burning going on in here. Got a mound. Nice. Okay. Toby, are you going to give us a copy to try it ourselves, or do we have to wait? For the long barrow, yeah, no, I can put it together. Have you, John? Have you tried the other ones that I posted? I haven't had the time to put this together in one of the little pamphlets, but I think there are 3 or 4 others that I put on there that you can try out if you want to. Did you try the other ones out? Right, charcoal mound. You creep into the space and see a platform made of charcoal, as if it's been set up as the base of a fire. This could be a ceremonial mound. You examine it more closely. There is a dead black bird beneath it. As you go to leave, blue flame erupts from the charcoal, and a figure shrouded in blue flame emerges. Fight a level-appropriate ancient Umbra. If you survive, you find a Dolath mace in the ashes worth 8 gold coins. Fantastic. Could be the remains of a wooden pyre. Exactly, Mark. I think that is what it is. Yes, mate. Been great. Okay, cool. John, I will put that up. It'll probably be up next week with the tower as well. I should imagine that'll be there. Okay, cool. And John, I mean, if you've got any feedback on those, any comments or thoughts, do send them to toby@drgames.co.uk. Be interesting to hear your thoughts on those ones. That'd be fantastic. All right, so we have got a level appropriate, which means the nearest one to your level, which happens to be a level 3 ancient Umbra. Okay, let's write that in here. Okay, it's got 22 health. I've got 23 health. I am a level 2, fast approaching. If I kill the ancient Umbra, then I am up to the next level. Now, he has interrupt lifeless body. Thanks, Nick. Any thoughts, whether you enjoyed them, what was the most enjoyable one you did, those sorts of things. Yeah, whether the atmosphere, that'd be fantastic if you got any feedback, John. Thank you. Right. So, we have lifeless body and primary 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. So all of my heat blocks, all of our it blocks all of our hits and does -1 damage to both these. Okay, it was only a primary 1 that would have got through, but I don't have one of those. It has a wild slash 1/4 and a energy vomit. Okay, now energy vomit special roll d6, lose on a 1, lose a scroll. As it happens, I don't have any scrolls. This energy vomit affects magical items. It happens to affect scrolls in this situation. Ooh, indeed. It goes, seeps in, and it detects any sort of parchment. A bit like, do you know the way somehow you might get a bit of grease on a bit of paper and it seeps through? That's what it does. It destroys the magic. Energy vomit. Okay. So, right, let's get the card out here. This is going to be a tough fight, okay? We have got a healing potion there, +10. I've got no scrolls, which could have been dangerous anyway. And I block its energy vomit, -1 damage. Okay, here we go. This is going to be difficult. Round 1. My attack first. And I get a 4/3, which I can do an incisive I can do a hack with. I can change that to a 3 and that to a 2, and that is a hack for d6, and it'd be -1 damage because of its lifeless body. All right, so let's do some damage here. Here we go. 4 -1, that's 3 damage. So it begins. Down to 19. Hang on. Yes, it's part of Realm, Matthew. So the creature gets +2 damage to its attacks because it is also glowing with the ancient aura. So if you remember, the final room on the the creature glows blue and has +2 damage to each maneuver. They have been imbued with the essence of an ancient mystical force. So we're facing an even tougher creature here. So if it hits, it's going to do more damage. All right. So it has lost 4 points. It's going to attack. Here we go. See if it does energy vomit. Let's hope not. So it goes 6/3, and it cannot shift to that. It's got +2 shift like me. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Going in here. So we've got 5/2. Now I have a 3/2 and a 6/4. I can shift this to 3 using 2 points, which allows me to hack. And to be honest, this is quite a good start. So damage -1, 6, fantastic. 5, so 5 points it loses there. It's down to 14 points. I may have just missed it, but does the last room always have a monster, or can it be a room without an encounter? With this Mel Bell, it can be a room without a monster encounter. It's just the nature of long barrows. Long barrows are a bit different. You get an encounter in the first room, and you might not get a creature throughout the whole thing. They're just kind of like mini little lairs you come across. They're not meant to take too long, but they're part of the 2d6 realm experience. And they've got different monsters, different rooms, and that sort of thing. So they're kind of like little inserts, and they take less time. All right, so it missed. We're on to round 3. Here we go. 6/3. I can do incisive heft. I can shift this up to 4, and 3 hits on the trot. D6 +3 -1 because it's lifeless body. So it's D6 +2. 7 damage. Wow, I am kicking up a storm here. Okay, so the creature, the Ancient Umbra, gets to swing. Gets a 6/3. It cannot shift to it. It cannot shift. It misses. Okay, we're on to the 4th round with a +1 shift. And my attack is a 4/2, which I can shift to... I've got 3 shift. I can't shift it to my incisive heft. I can shift it to a hack, which is just take that down to 3 there, 3/2. And we have D6 -1 damage. No damage. It was going so sweetly as well. I felt like that could be a changing point in this battle. Right, in this fight. Let's do the Umbra's attack. A 4/3. It's got 3. It can go down 1 there, and then down to 1 here by using 2. So it's 3. So it can hit me with Energy Vomit, D6 +1, and the scroll, the special damage, it doesn't count, so I don't need to roll for the Energy Vomit. But this thing just vomited all over me. 4 + 1, it's 5, and I have a -1 for the Bishop's Mantle. Some of it hits me around the chest and I block it. So that is 4 damage. Okay, down to 19. Okay, fantastic. All right. Round 5 +2. Here we go. I roll a 1 and a 2. Phew, that was close there. I nearly rolled a miss. And that is a... I can shift that to a hack, which is D6 -1 damage. And we're going to do that. Oh my god. -1. Okay, here we go. Its attack is a 6/4, which it's got 4 shift. It can do this down to 1 for 3, and then this to 5 for 1, which is 4. And does again, it does the D6 +1 damage, and I take 1 from it, so it's D6 5 damage. Oh dear, down to 14. Okay, round 6. 3. So I got +5 shift. Come on. So I roll 6/5, which I can take down to 6/4, which is the incisive heft. My attack there. D6 +3 -1, so D6 +2 damage. So that is 4 damage, takes it down to 3. Okay, pretty close. Oh, did I do that wrong way around? Oh god, what? Oh, it was pretty. It wouldn't have mattered. I could have done either. It was like 4. Was it 4, 6, and 5? You're right. Blue is primary, so it doesn't matter anyway. I could do that round. So if I'd done 5 and 6, I could have done the 5 up to 6 and the 6 down to 4. Wouldn't have been a problem. Right, I will try and remember. I get excited. Okay, now the creature's attack. 3/2, which is down to 2. Yes, can do up to 5. Yeah, and then down to 1, which would give it the Energy Vomit. D6 +1. 6 points of damage. Those antler wounds are definitely opening up. You're not wrong, Jeff. 6 points of damage. 8. Okay. This is bad news. I'm down to 8. It's down to 3. It's pretty close. It's always going to be a close fight. He's 1 level higher. Right. 5/4. I can shift that to incisive hack. That is, well, it's D6 +3. It's D6 +2 because it's -1 for its lifeless body. but I should definitely roll a 3. So this baby is dead. With a 6, that is 8 points of damage minus 5. It is dead. 5 points of damage. You didn't count. The bishop. You're right. Thank you for that. That is a very good point. Thank you. Thank you, Chaos. I'll just take that back up to 9. Okay, so the creature is dead. Fantastic. I'll move that across here. So, the Ancient Umbra. That gives me 95, which takes me up to what's 441 plus 95. What's 441 plus 100 minus 5. So that's 537. There we go. And you can check to see if the Bishop's Mantle was damaged. Optional rule. That is true. I could have done that. That is very true. We're not going to do that in this situation, though. All right. So he has gained a level. So he's now up to level 3. Thank you, Ancient Umbra. And that means instantly gains another 10 hit points, takes him up to 19. But Cornelius will go and rest after this because this is the exit. And the Ancient Umbra has a Dolath ring worth 6 gold. Okay. Now, so we've got a couple of bits of treasure so far. What else did we have here? There was something else in this long barrow. The charcoal mound. We find a Dolath mace. Dolath is a type of green stone that this ancient race used to carve. And that's worth 8 gold coins. Fantastic. Can I go back for the gem? He runs back round and to the start and tries to spike himself on the antlers again. Mark, I think you're right. Maybe we should do that. Yes, finally got my first god gift, by the way, from Nevazeta. Fantastic, Nick. That's great. Exactly my thoughts. Okay. Yes, let's do that. That makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't you be able to go back round now you're out? Now, if it was a chamber trapped between 2 stone slabs, you wouldn't be able to do it. But we'll give it another try. Let's go in. We could try twice. Let's try twice because we've got 19 health because we gained a level. And we've cleared it out. We come out onto like a grassy mound. I look around, it's slightly misty. There's like a crooked old tree to one side with this moss-covered boulder. And I kind of creep round and to the entrance. And there's two stones, like monolithic, slightly sort of run with slightly blue stone. And they stand as the entrance, and above there's an arch. And I go back down in, and I remember the Barrow slouse that I fought near the dead body at the entrance, which I searched. And then there's an archway that leads through to the antler room. And there it is above me, the antlers and the big green gem right in the middle. And I can't reach it, but I want to get to it. So I'm going to try and jump up again. We got 2 tries. The constable went in and stole the gem while he was fighting the Ancient Umbra. More than likely. Here we go. Okay, so we get 2 attempts. Each time, what was it? Each time we lose, hang on a sec, how many did I say? So the Antler Wall, each time you lose 3 HP per level. Oh, so I'm 3. So I'm level 3. So I lose more this time because I'm a bit heavier. And so I lose 9. Okay, if I don't get it, and I've still got, because I'm still on the level, I've got precision 2, discipline 2. So I'm remaining focused. Okay, and I'm going to try and jump up and get this. this gem. Here we go. Okay. Right, I need a 4 or higher. I think that's right. Yeah, 4. Yeah, 4 or higher. Here we go. If he had a spear, he might be able to poke the emerald out. That's true. Here we go. Oh, yes, baby. I jump up, grab it. In fact, as I'm in midair, like some Michael Jordan, I'm up and I get both hands on it and pull the antler down. Boom. If you had a bucket to stand on, would that help? Probably not with this one. It's probably a bit higher than that. But because the antlers are around, it's quite spiky and difficult to get up to it. Anyway, boom, as Chaos said, we grab the emerald. We don't get injured. Why didn't we do that the first time? And it's a mid-quality emerald. Write that on here. Mid-quality emerald. And that is worth... Mid-quality emeralds are worth 32 gold coins. Fantastic. Well, that is great news. Feeling very, very pleased with myself. Okay, so he's a happy man. Went up a level, Cornelius. The fact of the matter is, the potion of gain health that he found on the body of the dead person in the first room, the ancient body, facilitated his journey. It meant that he could push himself a bit harder. We fought the Barrow sluice, went through, phased through this door here, found the crystal, and then we fought the ancient Umbra on the pyre at the end. And near enough, Mark. And so we ended up with, bearing in mind that this is part of 2d6 realm, and you need treasure and gold to build your realm. So we got a crystal worth 7 gold coins, a Dolath ring worth 6 gold coins, a Dolath mace worth 8 gold coins, and a mid-quality emerald worth 32 gold coins. This is good. This is good. We can sell some of that on the market. We get the money for the emerald, and we'll transfer that. That will be useful when we do some exploration and for the next week when we do some overland stuff, and we're doing some more testing on the actual realm land exploration. So, what are we going to call this long barrow? Anybody like to suggest a name for today's mini lair? See if we've got any suggestions. You don't have to if you can't think of anything. Bearing in mind we had the antler, the crystal, the ancient Umbra, the ancient body. Joe just emailed me. Fantastic. Well done, Joe. Something to do with antlers. Could be. Okay, let's have it. Call it Green Antler Barrow. Green Antler, the Barrow of the Umbra. Oh, I like that one. But Den of the Huntsman. I love it. Den of the Huntsman. AKA Den of the Huntsman. Sometimes known as the Den of the Huntsman. Or well, we'll just keep it like that because we get lots of Umbra. You only encounter the ancient Umbra in the long barrows, so we're always going to have those in there. So all the Antlers August. I think we'll stick with Green Antler Barrow for the moment. it was Jeff was right. It needed to be something about the antlers, and because of the green, because of the emerald. We'll go with that for the minute. Thank you for the suggestions there, guys. Den of a Huntsman is also known as in some parts. Okay, because these things, they get known by many names. So fantastic, nice little story wrapped up in that. Just that little sequence of rooms. You know, this is what this is what I want to try and bring with this game. Stories, narrative. That's really important to me. Fantastic, brilliant. Right, so it's been a fantastic evening. We're gonna call it there. We've got the dice. We've got the new dice bag that goes with it. If you want to update your pledge, you can. They will. There's a link I'm going to put in the bottom of this video as well. Umbra hella. Tanis, how are you doing? I like that one. Very good. So yeah, that's there. What a great day. It feels like everything's moving on. We're getting there, and we're going to have like a finished digital product soon. Fingers crossed. It's a big week for me coming up because I'm going to be putting it into a booklet format, and we're going to see how it fits in. I'm also going to be cutting back some of the text. That's the way it works with these things. You have to slim things down a little bit, which we will be doing, and it's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what the testers make of the gameplay. Jeff, the work you've done is just fantastic, my friend. And Clive and everybody else who has been working on it. I've got to go through tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the corrections that Jeff has sent, and some play feedback and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, appreciate everything. Have a great weekend. I will definitely be back next Thursday with some 2D6 Realm to play, and maybe there might be another stream. We'll just have to see how it goes. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you for the positive vibe about the dice, and then our fun little the green antler Barrow. Good stuff. Okay guys, you take care, and I will catch up with you very soon.